Now, probably the next big opportunity on Fiverr is called gig packages. This started and was released in November of 2015. So at the time of recording now, it's only been open for a couple of months. Now, I haven't used these myself because they're not available in the categories where I've got my best-selling gigs, and currently I haven't set up a new gig, although that's something I'm thinking about doing. So that's the first thing to note, that these gig packages aren't available in all categories. Fiverr have not really published a full list, which seemed odd at the start, but I guess they want people to proactively go out and test this rather than releasing it to everybody. And so I've put together a list here of the categories where I've found that this option is available. So graphic and design, writing and translation, music and audio, and I'm not even sure of the subcategories. You'd have to really test it by setting up a gig to check it out. But then in digital marketing, it's available for these subcategories as well. So that's the first thing to note. It is a new opportunity, but it's not available for all categories yet. There doesn't seem to be any roadmap. I've asked the support team about when it'll be rolled out to all categories. So I think they're still testing this feature, but I think the opportunity is, if you're an early adopter, you could really take advantage of this, test it out and see what works, and gain a good footing and build up a number of reviews ahead of other competitors. So that's really where the advantage is. And so what you should do is review this list that's in the next lecture, and this is where you should set up your gigs so that you can take advantage of this. Now, what the gig packages really allow you to do is instead of pricing your gig at $5 or starting at $5, you can start it at whatever you want. So I've seen gigs start at $20, I've seen gigs start at $50. Now, you know, if a customer comes on and sees, okay, well, this guy's got, you know, a starting package of $20 and this guy's got, you know, starting at $5, I think probably they're going to still go and just pick the $5 guy. So what I've seen other people do, which I think is maybe the smart way to do it, like these guys here, is they still have their $5 offer, but then they have a $15 offer and a $35 offer. Now I think that may be something that they could have done differently here, which would have, you know, I probably would have. So you can see here that, say, the $5 offer, it's a basic text report, that's fine, and it's a 7-day wait time. Now the $15 offer, it's still 7 days wait time. So for me, if that was a 5-day wait time or even a 4-day wait time, that would have, you know, encouraged me to level up already. So I think there's a lot of ways that you can play with this and structure it, and I guess it'll take a lot of testing to figure out what works best. But I think having a clear advantage for people, like faster delivery time if you spend more, for me is a clear, you know, winner there, and that would encourage me to upgrade straight away. So I think the jury is still out on these gig packages. Do they really work, or does it just work better for basic gig plus gig packages? But the main advantage is that instead of people selecting what, you know, gig extras they need, that you can just package it up for people and help them make that decision easier. But I think, you know, people are not going to read through a lot of stuff like comparing, contrasting. So if you can have something at least like a faster delivery time as just an obvious win, then I think that is something that you can do. So as I said, I haven't tested this myself because it's not in the categories that I have my best-selling gigs in, but it's something I do want to experiment with. It's a new opportunity on Fiverr. And so you should definitely be aware of it and be testing it out in those categories where it's available. Okay.